and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
What's up, crypto fam? Welcome to the Extra Bullish Hour with your host, the Bagman, Berserker, Uncle Buster, Fuma Boys, and Nerdy X. Smash those likes and the subscribe button on the way in. Thanks, fam.
Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Gotta pump my bags up, pump it to the moon. Pump my bags up. XRP, pump it to the moon. Pump it up. Pump my bags up, pump it up.
Now buckle up and let's get bullish. Extra bullish.
Pump my bags up, pump it to the moon. Pump my bags up. XRP, pump it to the moon. Pump it up, pump my bags up. Pump it up, gotta pump my bags up.
Best Christmas present ever. I got a baby bag.
Pump it up, XRP to the moon.
I got the shield.
Pump it up, pump my bags up. Pump it to the moon. Pump my bags.
What's up, good glitches?
XRP, pump it.
Happy hodl days. Merry glitchmas.
Bags up. Pump it up. Pump my bags up.
Let's do it.
We getting all kinds of gains. Yeah.
We're making all kinds of gains.
And put the XRP in the bag.
Oh man,
Welcome on in.
I miss those guys.
Shout out to the chat. We're here, extra bullish hour. Make sure to drop a likey on the way in and help boost up those algos. We got Uncle Buster in the house, Nitro, Zerker, Fuma Boys, Nerdy X. We got Diamond Hands on hand. What's up, glitches? Merry glitchmas.
Hello, everybody.
Merry Glitchman.
Good morning, Bagman.
Merry Christmas.
Roger that, Bagman. Roger that. Copy over. Let's run it, bro.
Hey.
Hella fun. So what do we got right now?
What's up?
Is there new shit? Like, it's just people are just like, we're about to fucking moon again. Moonshot 2. Like, we're just chilling. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
Sounds
What
like
do we got, bro?
Sounds like you're watching XRP bags. With that moonshot too.
It's that moonshot 2.
I mean, a retracement to $2.23. Life's tough, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we're sitting in a beautiful spot, man. I mean, it can't get no better than that. This shit was 50 cents, like, what, 45 days ago? 60 days ago?
Well, like November 1st?
Yes.
Yeah, 45
all
days
good.
ago, probably. It was fucking like 53 cents.
And we're still holding.
Maybe a little
22
longer,
cents. 22 cents in 2021. If you put $10,000
a lot
in XRP in 2021, you would have had $101,000 today.
How much?
But you
That's
didn't.
crazy.
Put in what?
But you didn't.
If you put $10,000 in 2021 at 22 cents, you would have had $100,000 today.
But wait until we tap into utility. Like, that's gonna be like, if you'd have put $10 in 2013, you would be worth, it'll be billions. You know what I'm saying? Wait till that's gonna get out of control, like that little scenario. Because right now, it's like all the scenarios worked against us, right? Like, well, Bitcoin's outperformed fucking XRP the last 5 years. Yeah. And in 2 weeks, fucking crushed the whole chart. Crushed it all. Where's all that shit at now? Oh, Ethereum did this the last 4 years. If you put the crushed in a 2 week period.
Bye.
You know what I'm saying? And it's about to get worse. So
Destroyed.
Let's go, man.
And let's talk numbers here. XRP to Bitcoin was 140. XRP to Bitcoin today, it's around 40,000. You'll never see a 100,000 or a 50,000. We're down to the 40,000s. Pretty soon we'll be down to the 30s, and then the 20s, and then the 10s. And next thing you know, you're getting sub 10,000 XRP for one Bitcoin.
That chart's beautiful. Like, a lot of people don't understand that chart, and then people still say, Somebody came in the chat yesterday. Oh, you XRP holders think it's going up. It's like, dude, you're a clown. Bro. Look at that chart. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Get out of here with that shit. Like we're about to run, dude. And then like
We're
zoom
doing
out
higher
too. Like
percentage
you
of
do a
gains.
retracement.
Yep.
You go to the 1 year chart or the all-time chart, the retracement doesn't even register. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not melting down. Like, we're just healthy retrace, bro. Like, come on.
Hey, this first moonshot correction here, when we hit this first moonshot in this cycle, took like 24, 25 days before it started to move into the next moonshot.
Oh, damn.
Our current position is like, we're like at 20 or like 16 days, I think, from the top here.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, bro. And XRP
what do you think on that,
it goes hard.
20 days. So
it's going to be a
what
little longer, right?
20
Do you think it'd be a little longer or the same? Because it's almost like we're doing the same thing, but it's bigger and drug out a little longer, right?
Yeah.
So
it's looking like January.
Go up. I want to see what you got priced out at. I'm curious.
I just
what is that?
Replicated this
105,
120.
Damn, it's like 100, 120, 109. Damn.
But if you look at it, it's doing the exact same thing. First
XRP?
moonshot, and then it's correcting, getting ready for the next one.
And that's like the Bible right there. That's what you need to be looking at, and then you don't have to worry about $8 to $12 is the top. You got it, bro. You're smoking crack. Like,
this is the one to keep your eye on.
Chat.
Right here, this USDT.
Oof.
So these are the levels we're looking for right here. And it did the same exact thing. This is what's crazy. Same exact shit that it did in the previous cycle. Watch this. This is the first correction here. You see this in the 2020 halving cycle. Here's USDT September. And look, doing the same thing it did here. You see this correction? As this corrected, cryptos popped. And then I had one more blast. But September here is when it started to roll off. And then April here is when XRP had its top off. Even though it was because I think it had a short bull market because of the SEC. But the rest of the market's topped off right here. But if you look at this September, when it started here, this top off right here is like the first week or in month of the September. It's the same shit for this one. Look where this one's topping off at September. And now we're starting to roll off exactly the same shit.
Hey, chat, I want to know real quick, what are y'all going to do when we hit that $100 XRP? Because it's coming. This $2 ain't nothing. 44 cents was nothing. 22 cents wasn't nothing. 50 cents wasn't nothing. 65 cents wasn't nothing. 85 cents wasn't nothing. $1.50 wasn't nothing. $2.30 wasn't nothing.
Can't be dirt cheap.
What are you gonna do with the $100? Because it's coming.
Y'all better hold on to this. And I don't want to hear you crying. I sold at 100. I sold.
Man,
I'm out.
oh man.
And then we go to 1,000 and you want to come back and chat.
Let's go.
Buster gonna just cross his arms. Hold on. He gonna do it in a minute. Buster will be like this.
yeah, man, he's crazy.
You guys ain't licking no ice creams?
By the power of Grayskull.
No.
I got my iPhone.
I lick.
I wanted to upgrade. I got that. That's about it.
I don't take it out, but I'll reinvest some in something else to try to get more XRP down the road. But
yes,
that's the numbers you're talking about with the ratios.
Yeah,
and he'll run the bag up even worse than y'all.
You want to jump into those T-bills, Nerdy?
Ooh, y'all ain't ready for what I discovered. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I think I've discovered what Dodge is for. So,
What was that? That sounded hella good, bro.
That was a big connect.
That sounded hella good.
$100 ain't nothing.
What's up? All right. Let's talk about, you know what? Just run it. I'll let the video speak
For the
itself.
5-year-olds in the back of the class, bro. Run it. What's a T-bill? What are they doing?
Give a quick synopsis.
All right.
Synopsis it.
Hold on.
Do it.
Quick AI breakdown of what is a T-bill. All right? Because
perfect.
we want to give you factual AI-driven answers that are directly from Investotopia. Okay? Because this is what it's sourced from. A T-bill, a short-term debt obligation issued by the United States Department of Treasury. T-bills have maturities ranging from 4 weeks to 1 year. They are sold at a discount to their face value. The difference between the purchase price and the face value is the interest earned by the investor. T-bills are considered at a low-risk investment because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. Investors can purchase T-bills through Treasury Direct, a platform provided by United States Treasury, or through brokerage firms. Boom.
Yep.
That's what it is.
You can do T-bills and I-bonds on Treasury Direct. I stopped buying them, I-bonds, and started buying XRP instead.
So what's
Smart man.
What's the corn?
I'm going to run some of that video.
It's okay.
What's
Yeah,
the
run it.
corn
We'll combine what
Tether have to do with that.
You'll find out right now.
4-minute mark.
20 minute.
420.
420.
420. Hella funny.
Day one as president, I will also
Keep
sign
going
an
for it.
executive order directing the
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
One of the and here's
All right.
and this is the idea of the Bitcoin strategic reserve. If I'm right about what they're trying to do with the Bitcoin reserve, and here's what you need to understand. The Bitcoin reserve is not about the Bitcoin reserve. The Bitcoin reserve is about a land grab. So if you watch, if you read our editorial sort of on the Bitcoin reserve, one of the things I do is I put a little clip of Howard Lutnick who runs Cantor Fitzgerald in the back office of Tether, talking about the fact that the U.S. balance sheet has $500 trillion of land and mineral resources on it. Okay. And how we monetize that or privatize that. There's a lot of schemes rolling around about monetizing and doing things without that land and those mineral resources.
I flew down to Brownsville, Texas, right? And I met with Elon. And we spent 2 hours together. And I told him we were going to create the department Doge, right? And he did exactly that. He started laughing and he was happy. He goes, no, seriously. And I said, no, it's going to be called Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, but we're definitely calling it Doge for you. And he was just so like lit, happy. Like he just thought it was funny. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you have the greatest capitalist in America and you can make him happy, that's pretty good. What is the balance sheet of the United States of America? What's everything we own and everything we have? I think it's worth $500 trillion. So then you say, okay, Howard, can you make 0.25% on it? Right now, if all of your assets are a giant mountain of, palladium and gold and you can't move it and you have to just look at it and go, oh, that's so pretty. That's not going to help us. But we have land and we have minerals. So if we have 500 trillion and we can make 0.25%, if you give us a $500 trillion asset, can you make $1 trillion off of it? All right.
Hopefully.
I'm going to rename that famous department. We just called it. We called it the Department of the Interior. Let's give it the real name. The Department of all the land and mineral rights of the United States of America. But the value, the asset value of the United States of America, $500 trillion, the addressable market. Can Elon Musk and I come up with 0.25%, $1.25 trillion of revenues? And the answer is
past generations of Americans pursued big dreams and daring projects that once seemed absolutely impossible. They pushed across an unsettled continent and built new cities in the wild frontier. They transformed American life with the interstate highway system. Magnificent it was. And they launched a vast network of satellites into orbit all around the earth. But today, our country has lost its boldness. Under my leadership, we will get it back in a very big way. If you look at just 3 years ago, what we were doing was unthinkable. How good it was, how great it was for our country. Our objective will be a quantum leap in the American standard of living. That's what will happen. Here are just a few of the ways we can do it. Almost 1/3 of the land mass of the United States is owned by the federal government, with just a very, very small portion of that land, just a fraction, 1/2 of 1%. Would you believe that? We should hold a contest to charter up to 10 new cities and award them to the best proposals for development. In other words, we'll actually build new cities in our country again. These freedom cities will reopen the frontier, reignite American imagination, and give hundreds of thousands of young people and other people, all hardworking families, a new shot at home ownership and, in fact, the American dream.
I promise you, the greatest field of people ever to walk into a government is going to join him on January 20th. I have the best business leaders in the country, the best politicians who want to serve the crowd amongst the 80 million Republicans, that we can have the best of the best join him to create the most extraordinary government you have ever seen to protect you and to build the America that he wants to build. They will be loyal to him. They will have fidelity to him. They will follow his policies. And this will be the most extraordinary government you've ever seen. And I am the proudest person to serve Donald J. Trump and help him be the 47th President of the United States of America.
Fast forward it a little bit.
Child service company in the world. Everything in the world, commodities and securities. Everywhere in the world, wholesale, government bonds, corporate bonds, oil, natural gas, you name it. If it trades somewhere in the world, we trade it. And Newmark, also public, one of the largest commercial real estate brokers in the world. When you want to build data centers, when you want to finance debt, you come to Newmark. So those are my 3 companies. So what brings us here today? In July of 2020, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency said that banks could custodian and clear digital assets. So before that, I didn't know anything really about digital assets, right? So now if all the banks of the world, remember, I'm the biggest wholesaler in the world, all the banks can custodian and clear, I better learn about digital assets. So I go on a hunt to meet everybody that matters. I met Sam, I met Alex from Celsius, I met every criminal who's now in prison, I met all sorts of people. It was unbelievable. Then I met the people who owned Tether. And let me tell you, at that time, there were all these media haters and all these haters, and they all said the same thing. They said they don't have the money, and it's a Ponzi scheme. So I met Giancarlo, and I basically told him the movie line. I said, show me the money. Do you have the money? And he said he had it. So they gave us complete access to due diligence and to see and prove that they had the money. Now, I would tell you, when we found the money, and we found every penny, and they had every penny, but they had it in what I would call pretty godforsaken places, right? They owned Chinese commercial paper at the time and other investments, because remember, interest rates were 0. Okay, interest rates were 0, and they needed to try to earn yield, and that's what they did. So I told them, after we verified every penny,
I told them we would onboard them to Cantor, provided when these assets matured, this commercial paper matured, they would send the money to Cantor and we would buy U.S. Treasury bills. So remember, we're the world's largest wholesaler, and Cantor is a primary dealer. A primary dealer is one of 24 firms that does business directly with the Federal Reserve of the United States of America. So we are authorized by the government of the United States of America to create liquidity on U.S. Treasuries instantly, all the time, including during the pandemic, including during the 2008 crisis. The whole point of being a primary dealer is if you need liquidity on U.S. Treasuries, Big Daddy, the U.S. government, stands behind Cantor Fitzgerald and says, we are there for you. We will provide liquidity in every circumstance. So I can tell you with absolute
No, keep going. Keep going. Right here's the best part.
certainty, absolute certainty, that Tether USDT has every penny and it can produce liquidity on a moment's notice because they have their U.S. Treasuries with Cantor Fitzgerald, a primary dealer who can create liquidity instantly. There are no limits.
Your ATM is safe, your banks are safe, there's enough cash in the financial system, and there is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve, an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you want somebody to love?
The nerdy.
You need somebody to love. Do you guys get it now?
You gonna find somebody to love.
Link in the chat. Link in the chat if you want to check out the full hour. Nerdy X90 on X.
I'm a fat, silly, retarded kid in the back, and I quite don't understand. Explain it to me like I'm a fat 5-year-old back in the class,
bro.
What's happening?
So fucking.
What is exactly happening? Because we know the Tether shit is bullshit.
The buying and printing of Tether is directly connected to the buying of T-bills, which is directly connected to the pumping of the price of Bitcoin. But that's not what matters here. What matters here is that the whole scheme of all of it is to get people to trade in their dollars, to sell their gold or sell whatever, anything that's actual tangible, right? Real liquidity, real money, to sell it and give it up for Bitcoin, the supposable better asset, right? That gives you way more yields, because MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor are trying to sell you this dream that it's never going to come down, right? In return, they're turning everyone's retirement funds and everything, and they're using that to buy land, right? So this whole Doge and this whole scheme is all because they want to purchase federal land. It's a land grab. The whole thing is a land grab, right? But it's not just a land grab from the people. It's a land grab from one corporation. Fitzgerald is trying to steal everyone's shit, and not just that, but trying to steal the land and trying to own everything and trying to sell people this fake asset. And like they're trying to sell you this fake asset while stealing real assets from you, and the wealth gap will just keep getting bigger and bigger.
But nerdy, it's a store of value.
And at any moment given in time, anyone can dump on you, and it doesn't even matter, because Bitcoin itself has a code in it that it's not really limited to 21 million. They can make it unlimited if they really wanted to.
That's what the subset of code called, like the Satoshis and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. So what everyone is promoting and what everyone is believing, and how whatever they think about Bitcoin is a complete hoax. It's a complete lie. In reality, it's a bank IOU. It's literally a banker's coin.
So what happens when they want to? So it sounds like they got T-Dog to open up federal lands to private companies to create these cities, essentially. So we're gonna have whole fucking cities owned by like Walmart and like Amazon.
Because he said he's gonna give out the contracts. He didn't say who's gonna build the city.
Amazon-owned.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm saying it's a complete. The whole damn thing is a scam. It's a whole Ponzi scheme. It's
so
crazy.
where do we think what'll all happen? Is the corn and Tether gonna crash and go away, or will they?
Will they if you connect all of this,
and it'll just fade away?
Well, if you connect all this really leads to ETHgate, right? And why they really tried to stop XRP, because they knew at the end of the day that the main objective with Bitcoin and the whole part of it being hijacked was the whole point of it was to inflate it, to get people to sell their money to, and then to dump on everyone. Like the whole point of Bitcoin is to dump. People are holding a falling knife because they're believing in something that doesn't exist.
Real quick, we got Angus Graham with the $20 super chat. Merry Glitchmas, cheers. What's up, Angus?
And then what's up, Angus? And then where does all the money go after that? When the dollar is tied, like the dollar milkshake, right? We all know how that works. Everyone's currency is tied to the dollar because everyone owes our debt. And if you keep increasing the debt because it's tied to the T-bills, so it gives you a reason to increase the debt. So that then the $1 trillion a month on the debt is actually beneficial to Bitcoin rather than being hard on Bitcoin. That's why you're seeing all of a sudden Bitcoin pump, because the interest on the debt is accumulating. Does that make sense?
It feels like money laundering. Yeah, it feels like money
laundering. It is money
laundering.
It's the biggest Ponzi scheme ever.
Yeah, it feels like you're laundering one currency like Tether, which is unlimited make and model, right?
Yeah.
Into a Bitcoin, which they want to leverage to take public lands. When I say public, they're government, which is still public, which is our land, and sell chunks of it off, build cities with it. But they're not saying who gets the money. It's not going back to the original people. This is the people's land from the beginning. So they're selling it off.
Shockwave says Tether is the Bernie Madoff of crypto.
MicroStrategy is. MicroStrategy is the Bernie Madoff. And within this, right? So dollars themselves are literally, so we have the sovereign debt, right? So CME Group talks about how we have to protect our sovereign debt and we can't let another challenging global currency take over the dollar's dominance, because the dollar dominance is what gives the dollar its liquidity in the first place, right? That combined with the sovereign debt is and the military power is what makes dollar so powerful. Okay, so damn. So the whole point. Okay. The whole point of this.
Real quick. Are you going to talk about Tether's founders?
Let me just get to the main point. The whole point of all of this is to increase the wealth gap so freaking large, and then to implement this whole carbon agenda, and then to have this like, oh, you get crumbs, and the ones who got out. Now we're wealthy, and you guys are like, you're nothing, right? But again, at the end of this, the whole court case, I guess someone figured this out, or someone knew what was going on. And then that's what Ripple, and if you look at what Ripple is doing and everything to do with XRP, when you have no more like RLUSD and the timing of RLUSD, it's like in the backing of treasuries, again, is beautiful, because when you have, because the only other one is Tether. Right, so Tether and RL are the only two ones that are holding treasuries at this point. So when it comes to the migration, when one's gonna fail, and we know Tether's not gonna fail, and Tether and Bitcoin and Ethereum, that whole ecosystem doesn't even depend on the network. That's what people are not even getting out. It all depends on one company, which is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is the one that that one single company is controlling the whole market. It's controlling literally everything.
Hey, real quick, we got Charts Can't Lie with the 5 gifted memberships. Shout out Charts Can't Lie. What up, fam? And we also got Chris Has Issues dropping bombs with the 20 XRP memberships. What's up, Chris Has Issues? Appreciate you.
Chris has major issues.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out, Chris.
What's the name of Bitcoin? Beta tested something?
I know, but check this out. So all that everything from Tether, right? That's why.
Remember, I'm not only 5 nerdy, I'm retarded. So you need to talk to me like I'm a fucking.
People kept asking about why Ethereum, right? People kept asking, why is Ethereum included with the XRP, with the release of is XRP Legend Ethereum? Why those two? Well, this is why those two, because literally everything is built on Ethereum, right? And you have the whole Tether stuff, and that's literally Ethereum. So when it comes to the flippening, or whatever you guys want to call it, which is actually a correction or a complete collapse of the stock market, which everyone's going to get wrecked, right? RL is there to the savior. So where does all this money come into? It's all XRP. So at the end of the day, when it really comes down to it, XRP is really underestimated, and people really don't understand in the larger schemes of things of what role XRP is really playing in all of this. Forget your QFS, forget your Nicera stuff, forget all of that stuff. look at this stuff, because this stuff is real. Because you can actually follow the money with this and prove this compared to what anyone else is saying, right? This is actual like proof of what is really happening. And if you understand this, that this is either not gonna last long, or because Doge only has a 2-year lifespan. So that means they only expect this to last 2 years. They only need 2 years to take everything. Think about it.
See, there's the sauce. There's the end result. We're looking for what is their reason for doing this, and so they're going to land grab all the shit. They're going to turn
the poor get poorer, the rich get richer, like always.
Yes, exactly.
Shout out to XRP Carolina,
and that means all of that QFS stuff, and all the Nasera stuff are all CIA psyops that are made to lead people to believe that doing X, Y, and Z is supposed to be a betterment to your future, but when in reality, what is really happening is a manipulation, right? People are exchanging real assets for untangible assets, which is crazy. But at the whole thing, the only real asset with actual utility that's going to actually be usable and actually going to have some value at the end of the day is XRP, because of this whole scenario that is going on. You get it? And that's why Ripple has the custody, the New York license, and the EU going for the EU license and all these things. There's a reason why Larson called it 2.0 compared to the coin. So now everything is starting to come together of why everything happened the way it is. Now we know why Coil went away and Coil got scrapped, and Stefan wanted to focus again on Codius 2, because this is way more important and bigger than anything else. You get it? That's the Ethereum.
There will be a flippening. There will be a flip of the switch. There will be a crash. There will be a swap.
It's inevitable.
So, yeah. So RLUSD, ZERP, Stellar, all the good ones,
right? Because you have the treasuries and you have the custody, and the custody is HSBC and all the tokenization of gold and everyone buying gold, right? Because gold is real money. Because that's what it really comes down to. It doesn't matter if it's physical or digital. It's what is my money backed by? Are these real silver coins? I'm not going to carry these in my pocket because they're heavy. Can I turn it into some kind of digital token that I can then carry in my wallet, that I can carry with me everywhere in the world? And if I wanted to go to somewhere to convert it or exchange it, do I have a convertibility rate on it? And am I able to exchange it for real tangible assets? That's really comes down to.
What I got a question about is why did T-Dog pick such a slimy, creepy guy?
Now you know why.
He's a slimy ball, bro. You can read it. You can smell it. Like why?
Well, they have Zerker. They have one thing in common. I'm not going to say it, but we all know it. They have one thing in common. They all believe the same thing. That's all I'm going to say.
Alex Yeet says, we have been dragged to the NWO financial system, blockchain, crypto, quantum, all tokenized.
No, that's all bullshit.
No, when it's time, they'll do it all.
No, all this. When it really comes down, this is why.
Run it, nerdy. Run it, bro.
This is why Larry Fink and Jamie Dimon is telling you guys that the dollar is not going anywhere. Okay, one, because of the sovereign debt part. Okay, two, and BRICS is not going to happen. It's stupid. It's never going to happen, right? Because of tariffs. We already know that the tariff war has already started. It's not going to happen. We already have TMNC being built in Arizona, so we already have the semiconductor game on lock. And then we have the best oil, so we have the energy on lock. And then we have all our freaking embassies everywhere around the world. So we have the military game on lock. There's nothing that's touching the dollar. It's absolutely impossible at this point.
Are you guys buying real estate in the McDonald's city or the Amazon city? Which ones are you guys? Yeah.
Crypto
Mountain Man. At the end of the day, what really comes out to it is RLUSD and Ripple and everything that the Ripple has and everything that they provide not only keeps the dollar in power, but it just extends its utility. It just extends its reach. That's all it does.
I'm not sure if you've ever been outside the country, but other countries are already aligning and doing business with us, and they don't necessarily have to deal with the United States. I'll give you an example. I went to Vietnam about 8-9 years ago. And I noticed, I watch TV in other countries just so you know how it's really going on. And they kind of give you what's going on. And they talk about global citizenship, but they don't even talk about the United States at all. And then I was traversing Vietnam and going through it. It wasn't a big American presence there. It was there's some Americans there, but everybody else was there, and they were doing business with everybody else. American citizens make up about probably 3 to 5% of the population on Earth. So what you're going to see is, the United States may build up and we may get bigger and better, right? But you're going to see the other countries realign on how they do business, and they don't necessarily have to do business with us. They don't necessarily have to use the dollar. They most likely will utilize the blockchain. So we're just pure separation. Now in the United States, we're going to have to deal with this issue of the ultra wealthy and the ultra poor. As far as the other countries, I don't think it'll be as separated as we are here. That's why you see so many expats leaving America, who are middle class and below, leaving America and retiring in the Philippines, retiring in Thailand, retiring in other places, because the dollar for them goes farther there, right? But as those countries realign themselves, if they're not tied into their economic system, I'm not sure how the dollar will react. So that's a big thing to remember.
When did this 2 years start, bro? Because it feels like if we're going to have some sort of
2 years starts at January 20th. Yeah, January 20th.
So we got 2 years of fuckery. Are we zerping up though? You know what I'm saying?
I expect this thing to go through the freaking moon. I expect it to go to Narnia and back. I expect it to go to Bifrost. I expect it to go past. I expect it to go past all the known universes and theta verses and multiverses and the Marvel verse and the DC verse. I expect it to go past everything. I expect it to go just beyond all. And I'm you know what?
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
Well, the narrative is that
corn's
got to crash. Sorry, go ahead.
We would
probably be able to use corn's got to crash for ZERPs to go sky high. Or what you're saying right now is that we're all going to smash up, but then corn and Tether will eventually fall off.
What I'm saying, it doesn't depend on any crypto currency in particular. All this is dependent on a company. Nothing is dependent on a particular currency. Everything is dependent on a company, and a company is only dictated by regulations. So if for somehow some way, which is not real today, right, which is we don't have today, but if an event were to occur and executive orders were passed or Congress were forced to pass and force regulation to bring in regulatory clarity, well, the game can switch real quick. And all of a sudden, people have to comply with something else. I mean, you also have to understand that we have Basel. So no matter what, it's going to come to a point where if you're a financial company, you're going to have to prove your liquidity. You're going to have to prove that you're actually holding what you're saying that you're holding and what you're worth. And if you can't do that, then you can't be in business. That's just Basel.
Bro, what's bizarre? Now. What's bizarre is that T-Dog is back to corn so much, and he's got this slime ball talking at this conference. Cantor Fitzgerald, this whole shit. It seems too slimy to be actually the plan. So, in other words, it is the plan, but the actual plan is that for that shit to fail once they purchased all the land with the T-bills and all that. So that's fire that you're onto that.
Maybe that's the smoke screen that he's trying to give. Like, he don't want to give up the real plan. So he says Bitcoin, well, really they have XRP in the back pocket.
Right. Yeah, well, that's that's the 2 years. Well, the 2 years is the so 2 years from 25 is 27, right? And then Basel starts around 27. So they're literally trying to get everything and do everything in before Basel 3 regulation comes in, because they know right. they can't do none of this after that.
But what I'm asking though, for the retards in the back, the 5-year-old fat retards in the back, we're going but nerdy wins moon. So what I'm thinking, what I'm hearing and processing is that we will simultaneously go up as corn goes up, but corn and not T-Dog, but corn and Tether will eventually fall off after that 2-year expiration, and then ZERPs gets real money at that point.
To the fucking moon, bro. To the
fucking galactic federational fucking
and
limit,
not just
bro.
A little bit, by like a lot of it. Yeah, by a lot of it all at once. It's
so what's a lot of it?
Yeah.
What's a lot of it? So what I'm thinking is we hit maybe the 3-digit marks in the next 2 years. We're already guerrillionaires at that point, but then the real raunchy money is after that 2-year. The real raunch.
28. Yeah, that's what I said. After July 1st, 28 comes that. Now the funny part is that Dubai is doing their Olympic thing in 32, right? And they're hosting it in 2032. So that means in 2032, it's all going to be completely digital because it has to be completely futuristic. So you have to imagine a 32 Olympics in Dubai are going to be people wearing, like VR glasses, and like everything's going to be like interactive and immersive and all this stuff. But it's also going to have a lot of QR codes everywhere. We have to pay for stuff. So a whole financial thing has to come into play for everyone around the world who's going to be flown in to embrace that.
They're already injecting anti-tether shit. Yeah. On one level, we got Cantor Fitzgerald slime bag rocking Tether, and then the other on the other flip side, the fucking European Union's not even using Tether at all.
Yeah.
So,
and what do you guys think about that?
There's a reason why the European Union doesn't want to. They're already tied down by the dollar, and they don't want to get into the dollar, and they see what's going on, and that's why I said on my post that I think the IMF is a good guy in this scenario in particular, because the IMF realizes that Bitcoin is not the one, because Bitcoin is literally just a bank IOU. So you can't make that a currency, because what it's going to do is just undervalue every other fiat currency in existence, right? And you can't just have everyone just mining Bitcoin forever, because that just creates complete chaos. It's a downfall of society, because money is worthless at that point. Because there's no scarcity. Everyone's just infinitely mining it. It's just like, what is money at that point?
So
you get what I'm saying? There's no custody, there's no audit, there's no
theory
nothing.
It really re-solidifies the original theory of that's the patsy. But it's
so
a more longer game. It's a longer game.
Exactly.
It's a couple, 2-3 years. Yeah.
And this is why Ripple is playing the legal game and doing the regulation game legally, so they can have the real money, have the real cash, have the real treasures, and it can be audited. And the system today goes on, but just gets better, rather than a complete social collapse of society and finance altogether.
So rather than
even Basel III, once you have to, basically it's going to be collateral. You need collateral, right? So, but that's going to tighten up all the money as well, because, and that shows you how big crypto is, because to keep the economy going, because everything has to condense once you stop printing money and just giving people loans with no collateral. You know what I'm saying? That's going to slow up the market in itself, and everything has to condense, which I heard somebody on a YouTube show, that's why CEOs are resigning, because it's already condensing and they know it's going to all condense, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
But it also shows you how big crypto has to be to actually absorb the condension, in the grand scheme of things.
Ooh, that makes sense. That makes sense. It has to be in the public eye. So Corn's got a lot more growth, and Tether's got a lot more scamminess to go to get the real public's money to really do some damage. So
this is why. This is why. What was that? Repeat that.
As somebody's got to slow this Tether thing down, or it's going to be outrageous, the damage they're gonna inflict on the public. Dude.
They want that.
When I say
they're doing it on purpose. Yeah, they're doing it on purpose.
They want it because ZERPs is the real answer.
Yeah, so that's exactly why Berkshire Hathaway and all these other people are holding more cash, and they're all holding their investments, right? Like they're selling their stocks and they're holding dollars, because they know eventually at some point in time there's going to be a correction. I'm guessing a 92% correction. There's going to be a large correction, and they're just going to take those dollars and just buy everything back for cheap and have money pocketed in hand too. Like they're completely winning in this scenario. You get what I'm saying? That's what smart money is doing. If you look at smart money is people are holding more money today in cash than ever before for this reason, because they know that this is coming out.
Bro.
Or they're buying gold, right? They see people buying gold.
Here's what I'm getting, though. Here's what I'm getting is we're going to see some big ass numbers. Like Buster says, more money you've ever saw in your life. They're going to show it to us.
Yeah.
Throughout the next 2 years of this.
To get you out.
I think 2-3 years, bro. Yeah. I think 2-3 years for sure. It's going to be real crazy. This is going to be real. Because because if you really think about it, what Ripple is doing and what it provides to the dollar, yes, it's a transformation, but it's actually just complying with the like Fuma told us, right? Fuma told us exactly how it works. That yes, you can have a standard that's implemented for everyone, but also you have a business, a corporation that makes a corporation plan, a business plan of how you go about implementing that. So even though something can be implemented or be made law or whatever by a certain date, the implementation of the corporation's plan itself can be like 2-3 years, even 5 years, even 10 years out, right?
And that's a plan of action and a milestone on it, and then I'll do it when I can.
Exactly, right?
Chris,
like
Chris
probably
even
do
says,
that. Really do that.
Chris in the chat, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like Chris is right. He I can't say bro. Like I gotta say dude. But
Yeah, bro is for Bitcoin toolies.
Yeah. And not only that, he's saying it's super slimy, dude. My instincts are perking up, going, damn, this guy's slimy as fuck. And it's because it's more. It's on purpose.
About all this, Bitcoin wasn't meant for all this. It's been perverted.
It wasn't. Yep.
This has been perverted by the people who whoever invented it or what government agency was moving money back and forth to Russia. That's whole thing. Another thing to talk about. It's been perverted.
We got Louisiana, got 5 on it. What up, Louisiana? He says, and that's why corn is going to $1 million a coin.
Yeah, they can
which is only a 10x.
Think about how grimy the whole thing is. Think about how grimy. They have convinced people that we know that these shacks, not a real house, a shack that's 400 square foot is worth $50,000 to $60,000.
Bro, that's cheap for Cali, bro. You can't even find that shit no more.
What'd you guys think about the XRP logo compared to the Twitter logo and the Stellar compared with the Grok logo? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. You know, the first thing I thought about was Vast.
That was Cunningham, bro. Shout out Rob.
Cool show.
Yep.
Bro, that's all Vast.
That's
Vast and the satellites, Stellar with Stellar.
Look at how similar Stellar and Grok is.
Bro. Yeah.
What is Grok? I've heard of it.
That's the AI built into X.
It's an AI company that's in pre-IPO right now. Amazing as that sounds.
But pull out the picture again. You know what's funny? You know what people don't realize is a lot of people. Okay, there's 400 people that are watching the show. Pull out the picture real quick. You know what people don't realize about this picture is that you're looking at one X. You're looking at one crypto company that's been forked. XRP and Stellar are the same shit.
That's why,
right?
Yeah. That's why
XRP
that goes back to the
one.
beginning
That's the OG
of nobody leaves Ripple. And I think David Schwartz trolls. He even trolls us because he's we didn't like Jed's ideas that much. Blah blah blah. He's just trolling, bro. Jed,
bro, he might be the bear. Brad's trolling us too.
You know what I'm saying?
He looks like the bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brad's trolling us too because he's still at 589. Look.
Yeah.
And that 1 million. What if Bitcoin goes to 1 million and then it falls after 1 million? That'd be hilarious. I'd be dying laughing. Because you know the thing about Bitcoin going to 1 million is that XRP can be creeping up and those ratios can be going down along the way as it's going up to 1. So it doesn't even matter. The Bitcoin pump is such a big distraction.
Gotta go. Amen. ZERP's gotta go up to price out everybody to stop the accumulation.
But think about it.
We're at the event horizon to stop accumulation. That's where we're at.
Exactly.
But the higher
what proves it?
The higher, real quick, the higher that Bitcoin goes, the higher that Bitcoin goes, is the smaller of a gap of entry getting into ZERPs in the first freaking place. Because we know this because of Buster's ratio magic, that over time, the ratio, even though the price might look beautiful, like right now, XRP's at $2 and Bitcoin's at 100K, but at the same time, you're never gonna get that 100K XRP ever again. So even though that Bitcoin can go to $1 million, just to show everyone, just to people to get to please, but at the same time, they're not actually realizing that's the amount of XRP they could have got, or the entry again coming into XRP and earning that amount is closing. So if they do get to 1 million, boom, drop dead, and then that's the end of Bitcoin.
So Bitcoin is a real shakeout.
So the total, the big picture though, like when you factor in the ratios, is they breadcrumb the people from not showing anyone XRP, and then you go to like even 60 Minutes is a good analogy because Zerk said they still don't want people to accumulate, right? So at $2, they still didn't give ZERPs the green light. They can at any moment they want. Garlinghouse could walk on any show on national TV and give the people the green light anytime, right? But at $2, there's still the SEC guy has his fucking parts in the case, right? So they still put the shadowy over it, and it shows you that they do not want the masses to accumulate. I mean, it's just that simple. So there will be, to me, we're moving to a price to where it's gonna go to a price this next year to where accumulation's over, and that price will be higher than XRP. The average army person ever thought that it could go in spec run, and that's going to be like the natural buyback. And then you're also, in the grand scheme of things, we're going from charting, we're going to spec charts into utility charts, right? So the whole world's going to change at that point. And that's why that ratio, they're slowly draining the ratio of Bitcoin to where once we move to utility charts, you'll never accumulate XRP by owning Bitcoin.
Exactly.
And that's the game. And that's how you catch everybody outside the cookie jar. And that's why Buster said, get your fucking ZERPs up the whole time.
That's what Buster says. Nothing gets between me and my XRP. Right?
Yeah. And the Bitcoin is just to make, like, for example, like boomers or people that are in retirement, just to make them show that, like, those are the ones with money, right? It's not the millennials or the Gen X's or anyone like that. It's the boomers right now. People who actually were able to have dollars that were actually worth something and have purchasing power that they're able to accumulate through retirement, and now they're holding it, right? Because that's the skill gap that exists today. Is those are people who've been through all these different transitions, and now they have all this experience, and then they have all this money, and they have no incentive to come back and to teach other people the skills that they know, right? And this is why they're moving to language models, to teach people with VR, with XR headsets, to employ them, to teach them, right? Because that's the skill gap. Well, but then again, how do you get that? How do you get that money out of those people? How do you get everything that they hold? Because you want that. That's real capital, right? How do you get it into your pocket? You need to sell them something. This is the same group of people that were advertised to buy a toaster, right? They're the same group of people who are incentivized to go open a bank account at a bank just to get a toaster, just to get something. So they like this kind of thing. So then you advertise the corn, 100,000, 30,000, 60,000, 100,000, boom, right? Now they're all drained out. You need a vehicle to drain people's money. There it is.
You got a shadow ban off of that one. You catch a shadow ban from that one, brother.
I'm just saying, how does no one see this stuff? It's so obvious.
Hey, we're gonna talk after the show because what you said is something that I ran into this week. But go ahead.
Is it this one?
So,
none of this makes sense.
So
last one, and then we're gonna roll on out of here.
And the reason why I've been saying ramp up is because I view 589 like as a ramp up in price, because people will say $200 XRP, that could never happen. But when it does, they just cleared out fucking billions of coins. So when they show the numbers that the average person thinks can't happen, they just cleared out billions and billions of coins. So a lot of people have the view of there's only 1 million people. They don't care if 1 million people get rich. No, the 1 million people are holding 25 billion coins. They care. And that's the whole theory behind the ramp up. I think 589 in general is at when XRP is ever 589, they know whoever's left at that moment is not going anywhere.
Bro,
shit ton of people will never make it to 589. But when 589 truly happens, however long it takes, now you're at the green light point of raising this bitch up to whatever's needed. And that's how I view it for the longer play.
So 27, bro. 27.
Yeah, real quick. And this is what they do, is that the whole mechanism is that to control the corn. So people who are being liquidated after every drop, who are thinking it's going to go up in every drop. That is people, that's money that's being stolen from them. That's the wealth gap that's happening in real time. It's a tool to steal your money, motherfucker.
Merry Christmas.
Get them ZERPs up,
Merry
bitches.
Christmas.
Buy some ZERPs. Save yourself.
Happy holidays.
Bagman, thanks, bro. That was a fun one. That was just one big ass point to illustrate. That was good.
We got coffee time coming up next. Happy hodl
Get some
days,
gold and
glitches.
silver.
Merry Glitchmas. Hit that likey button on the way out. Hit that like button on the way out.
Remember the season.
I got the magic in me. Let's run it, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Coffee time next, glitches. Bring a coffee
some real money.
Bring some zerps. Let's talk crypto. Doors open.
The reason for the season.
Nothing gets between me and my XRP.
Diamond Hands. Shout out Diamond Hands joining us today.
Bro, this coffee's bomb.
Thank you, guys.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody who dropped a super chat. Smash that like button on the way out. We'll see you glitches over on coffee time. Merry Glitchmas and happy hodl days. Ho, ho, ho.
Hodl days. You got all the line.
Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Gotta pump my bags up, pump it to the moon. Pump my bags up. XRP, pump it to the moon. Pump it up, pump my bags up, pump it up. Gotta pump my bags up, pump it up. Better pump my bags up. Pump it up, XRP to the moon. Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up.